When I started in the credit repair industry, I didn't want to make cold calling part of business. I didn't want to rely on that to grow the business. So when TSR became the spotlight of credit repair industry in the last 2 years, I'm like, okay, why is everybody freaking out? This is normal for me. The biggest mistakes with credit repair is just assuming every single thing can be deleted off of someone's credit report. If you look at Stirgus credit repair reviews, it's all 5 stars. Most of those 5 stars are customers that still had negative items remaining because I was just being honest with them.
Hey, credit heroes. What if you could build a thriving credit repair business without doing consultation calls, without chasing leads, and without breaking a single rule? Christopher Stirgus did exactly that. He went from car salesman to credit hero. He built a fully automated TSR-compliant business, and his website, it signs up clients while he sleeps. So please welcome to the podcast, Christopher Stirgus. Hey, Christopher.
I'm happy to be on this episode and talk about some exciting things with you guys.
I want to know everything. Let's start with, what was your life like before credit repair?
Well, I've worked long hours in the car business, car sales industry. I sold cars. I was in finance for a few years. It got to a point where I was seeing more customers leaving the dealership without a car versus customers leaving with a new car. It was because they weren't being approved for financing. And that would kind of struck a light bulb in my head. And I'm like, man, there's got to be a way to help these people with their credit scores. And that was the first step that took me into getting interested in the credit repair industry.
How'd you start to learn credit repair?
For me, Googling and searching all of this stuff about credit repair, I would get on my phone after work and then the ads start popping up. I'm going to do this on my own. I believe at the time I had like 2 medical collections on my credit, and I took a few months learning how to dispute things. I think I can do this as a business or more like a side hustle first. And then boom, I just jumped right into marketing my business and it just grew from day one.
So it grew initially from the clients there at that dealership. Did they start referring folks to you?
Yes. So it started with this one customer. I can tell you a very, very close story. So it started with this one lady who couldn't get approved for a vehicle. I think her scores were maybe 580, 590, and she had to get to like a 620 to get approved for this car loan. And I told her that I did credit repair as a side hustle. Maybe I can help her out, bring her back to the dealership and she can buy a vehicle. So 2 or 3 months later, collections were paid. I educated her on credit card utilization. Her utilization went from like 75 to 80%. All the way paid off. And she came back and bought a car from me. And then, of course, I got paid my commission. She got, a new car. I got paid. She's happy. So, best of both worlds there. And then I think this Capital One credit card ad popped up on my phone where you can pre-qualify for this Capital One credit card. And I took that credit card. It was 0% interest. At the time, this is my first business. I don't know anything about business at this time. So I took that credit card with a $20,000 limit and I literally bought all the stuff. And the business just skyrocketed. At the time, I started with maybe 4 or 5 clients, people that just really wanted to support me. And I went from 5 clients to over 100 clients in about 2 or 3 months. Going back to me being in $20,000 in credit card debt, I was able to pay that off in about 6 or 8 months after I started my business. Goes back to my slogan here, it pays to have good credit.
Amazing. And at the start, were you using software or doing it piecemeal?
I would just be like, hey, just send me a screenshot of the accounts that are negative. And I was just doing it literally with a notebook at the time. Initially, I was just doing it with no softwares or just, nothing at all at the time.
It looks like you signed up for us near the end of 2019.
Yep, that's it.
When you started your business, you went from like 0 clients to 100 clients in about 3 or 4 months.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
And what really accelerated those first 100 clients? Like, what made that work?
I think the most important part of starting your business in the credit repair industry is the first 6 months. And here's why. The bigger you get, the more clients are canceling by the day. And I didn't learn this until maybe 2 years into business. So you need to be doing whatever you need to do with your branding and your marketing to have as many people enrolling, because 6 months from now, those people who signed up a few months ago, they're going to be canceling. How I'm going to help the first set of people, how I'm going to market to bring on more people. At the time, I was doing cash giveaways on my social media platforms. I was offering customers a free month if they referred somebody to sign up with Stirgus Credit Repair. So, that's how the business kind of skyrocketed.
Yeah, marketing and sales really has to be a skill set that you have to learn for this industry, because if you
Absolutely.
you don't have people coming in the door, you don't have a business. So
Yeah.
you mentioned a couple tactics, but what would if someone was just starting their business next month, what were some of those top 2 or 3 sales campaigns or techniques you were doing to really drive people in?
Years ago, you used to be able to just post a flyer and it's just say, need help with your credit, sign up. It's very important that you pay attention to how marketing is changing throughout the year. One of the things that I focused on after I got myself in a crazy amount of debt was then finding out how I can grow and market my brand for, less money versus paid ads. There's many sources that you can use to grow your business. Affiliates, realtors, hey, do you ever get customers that can't get approved for a house? Instead of throwing them away, we have an affiliate program and I even pay you per client. So there's a lot of things that you can do starting a credit repair business.
First 90 days of your business, what was the breakdown of where your clients came in versus where it is now?
The first 30 days, I would want to say it was definitely from social media ads. Now in 2025, I want to say most of my business is from word of mouth and affiliates. I think those are the 2 top sources. So pretty much word of mouth / referrals or affiliates.
And what does that first contact look like? Is it an email that you're doing? Are you doing a cold call to them?
I do about 3 different things. So first starting out, I did notice it was much better if I actually went into the mortgage companies and maybe I would get them lunch or something like that, because who's going to say no to food, right? And it don't have to be anything big. Just bring them, one of those breakfast trays or, something when they first come into the office and they're like, oh, I'm starving. It's just going to get their attention. Emails, I may have gotten a few through emails, but the best communication is either going to be calling or actually going there in person.
You've got this person you're partnering with the marketing. What other kinds of marketing are you doing?
Right now, the main marketing is just going to be social media, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. I get so many people who sign up or contact me every month and they're like, hey, I found you guys on Spotify. I listened to the episodes. Y'all sound like some people we can trust. One more thing is going to be a emailing campaign that I use through Active Campaign. So between the emailing campaign, which doesn't really cost much, and online marketing, which you control your own budget on that, that's mainly been the main marketing campaign so far.
Having this presence online, giving advice, having a show, it must help you overcome the trust barrier.
When people sign up online, and, sometimes they may have a question. If it's too much to email, I would just call them after they sign up. And a lot of people are like, whoa, you're Chris from the show. They already know my name or know who I was before I even contact them. So that's always pretty cool when I get clients like that.
What are some of the best things that you feel like perform the best, that drive the most clients?
Posting results of you helping your current clients that you have enrolled now, and content of showing what you do at work. I post what I do all day long, and when I get letters like this, I post TikToks of me driving to the post office and getting a stack of mail, and it shows the public that you're an actual company, not some type of online scam saying that you can fix their credit in 7 days and things like that.
In our Credit Repair Cloud community, you've really become one of the people that everyone looks up to when it comes to the TSR and CROA and staying compliant without it killing your business. You've really figured out how to thrive with all of these rules. So let's talk about the thing that's really freaking people out, the TSR. You've lived it, you've adjusted for it. What's it been like for you?
So crazy answer on that. So it has been like absolutely nothing for me. When I started in the credit repair industry, I didn't want to make cold calling part of, a task for the business. I didn't want to rely on that to grow the business. In fact, I want to build a completely online business. Just searching credit repair online, the biggest credit repair company there is popped up. And I'm like, wow, they market themselves to be, everything's online. You just go to their website and sign up. There's a sign up button right here. I had everything online, the pricing, how long this may take, how much it's going to cost, what can be done, what can't be done, how to track your updates. Everything's there. If it's not for you, it's not for you. If it's for you, let's sign up. If you have questions, I can call you once you sign up, look at your credit report, because even if we talk before you sign up, the only thing I can do is just guess what can be affecting you. In fact, like I said, I didn't want people calling me, and I didn't want to call people because I was so tired of that in the car business. And that's how I structured my business from day one. So when TSR became the spotlight of the credit repair industry in the last 2 years, I'm like, okay, why is everybody freaking out? This is normal for me.
Yeah, a lot of people in our community especially get freaked out by the idea of this. And on your website, I was looking earlier, you make it so simple. You've got a video and it makes it very, very simple. They know exactly what to expect and there's no surprise. And I'm curious, how have Credit Repair Cloud's tools made this auto sign up? How's that helped?
I tell you one thing, it is definitely helping me a ton. You log into your software and you see there's 3, 4, 5 new signups from last night or over the weekend when you're off, and you never had to do anything. CRC has been improving new features. You guys listen to the feedback. I really appreciate that on new feature requests and things like that. And I know you guys are working hard to add more things to CRC. So it's allowing me to do what I wanted to do from day one. So it has been a great help with growing the business so far.
Which features have had the biggest impact on your business?
The self-checkout feature, where clients just go to your website, click sign up, and they're fully enrolled within maybe 2 or 3 minutes because it allows them to complete all of their onboarding. Because before, if I was sleeping and somebody that works on a night shift is on their lunch break at 3 a.m. in the morning and they sign up, and then when I wake up and I start my workday at 9 a.m. and I email them the onboarding steps, they would never complete it.
That's awesome to hear.
You've done a lot of things to make it really easy for leads and prospects to really understand your business online. You have self-service videos for clients, for affiliates. You have tons of information on your website. Like if someone is just getting started with their business and they're wanting to make it full self-service, what are the ingredients?
Best answer for that goes back to marketing, actually. So this goes back to knowing who your ideal clientele is, because there's many credit repair organizations out there. Now, each organization may attract different clientele based on how they market their business, how they brand their business. A lot of people that go to your website, not everyone is on the same level of, being so tech savvy. There was a time where I partnered with friends and family members, and I was like, hey, go to my website and I want you to fully sign up for my service as if you was a customer and tell me what was complicated about signing up, if you had any issues, if you didn't have any issues, what can be removed, what can't be removed, and how to sign up. So I did things like that to educate myself and things that maybe I was doing wrong with the website. And I took all of that feedback and all of those ideas from friends and family members. And that's how I designed the website today. When you first go to the website, boom, the sign up button is right there. Vice versa. People that's already signed up, they go back to the website, boom, the login button is right there for you to log into your account. So I kind of built my website to be dummy proof. I hate to use that term, but I built it that way. So it's just very easy to sign up for the service. Everything is right there. The pricing and how long this take, it's going to make them want to sign up. And they're like, oh, shoot, I'm already here. I'm going to just go ahead and do it. Everything's here. If I come across a property and it's like you have to submit an inquiry to book this rental property or book this vacation home, I'm not doing that. I kind of built the website to the same thing to where they can just go to it, sign up. They don't have to speak to anyone. And that's the type of clientele that I market to. It's literally just so straightforward and it's very easy to sign up with.
For prospects that reach out to you, do you ever have anyone asking for a phone call prior?
So I really don't get many clients that want to talk on the phone. In fact, most clients that I have don't want to talk on the phone. Most people much rather text and things like that, which texting, does apply with or does violate TSR. But what I'm getting at, people don't want to talk on the phone. I have these self-service sign up videos that when you go to the website, it's actually me that's signing up for the service, and it's right there on the sign up page, and you see me step by step signing up, and I'm done within 5 minutes. I think I have an FAQ page, and one of the questions are like, can I schedule a call? And it says absolutely. However, our support line is only for our clients to go over case specific scenarios. We would love to talk to clients who are not enrolled. However, at the time, we do not have, available time to just talk about guesswork and things like that.
I know you've mentioned in our community that you're all about factual disputing. Mm-hmm. Why do you stick to that method over all the shiny objects like Metro 2 or people are doing these CFPB complaints?
Easy answer to that. I like to stick to things that I know work and that I still get results to. Going back to just this letter here from TransUnion, I think this is a student loan results, but TransUnion sent me these deletions right here. I blocked out the account numbers, but 2 student loan accounts deleted off of this customer's credit report. So every single day that I get, stacks and stacks of these results here, until that change, I'm not going to change. When you go more to the Metro 2 stuff and all this complicated stuff, a lot of people complain that they get stall letters. That may be a potential reason. Like I said, I don't dispute like that, so I can't talk much about that, but I wouldn't get those stall letters anyway, because what I do is attach my authorization form to the dispute letters.
I'd like to know more about how you're getting the credit bureaus to write directly to you.
This whole nickname of stall letter is created from the credit repair industry. So the credit repair industry is like, oh, they're stalling. This is a stall letter. All it took was me actually reading the letter. The letter states, it appears someone besides yourself have sent this, but they did not identify themselves. Please contact the credit bureaus or have them redispute and identify themselves. So I took it upon myself. I didn't post this to the credit repair community or any of these credit groups like, hey, what is y'all's opinion on this? I took it upon myself to go straight to the source and educate myself. So I called Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian. Multiple agents told me, or representatives told me, no, nothing's wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with disputing. They just need to identify who they are and the dispute would go to them. I'm like, oh, so I did what the stall letters told me to do. I put my name at the top of the page, and pretty much the way that I built my credit repair agreement when clients sign up, part of that agreement is an authorization form that gives Stirgus Credit Repair the right to dispute on their behalf the date that they sign up with their signed signature. And that is actually attached to all of the disputes that goes out. The credit bureaus are not going to mail this. They actually want you to send this to the customer. So like I said, I've been doing that for the last 3 years, and factual disputing has been working. And if they just identify themselves, I'm sure they would get 10 times the results because they're no longer getting stall letters.
And Are the bureaus or the creditors sending anything directly to the clients?
The credit bureaus don't, but every creditor that is listed on the dispute letter, they may send something to the client. So apparently when you process a dispute with the credit bureaus, the creditor actually gets a full copy of that full dispute. They see everything that's on the dispute letter. And then once they find their account, they see which consumer this is, and they actually see, oh, a third party is disputing for them. This is the company name. So the creditor will sometimes mail stuff back. But as far as mail, the creditors do respond to the consumer sometimes because they see that Sturgis Credit Repair is on it. So they copy both of us on their responses as well. But as far as bureaus, they respond directly to the business and want the business to furnish the information to the consumer, which makes you look a whole lot more, trustable.
Got it. Yeah, it's brilliant and simple. What do you think most people get wrong about disputing negative items?
So the biggest mistakes with credit repair is just assuming every single thing can be deleted off of someone's credit report. Again, this is just based on me with factual disputing. If there's nothing factual to dispute, your only option is if they don't respond. People may argue that, okay, well, if it's verified and everything is true, then maybe Metro 2 can help. Maybe CFPB methods can help. I get more thank yous from me contacting customers and like, hey, we gotten 3 things deleted. There may be 2 or 3 things left. How you want me to do this? Do you want me to just keep trying? Maybe they won't respond, or should we just stop here? And customers literally thank me so much for working on their credit. If you look at Sturgis Credit Repair reviews on Google and Facebook and everything, it's all 5 stars. And most of those 5 stars are customers that still had negative items remaining.
What's your script for getting your clients to leave great public feedback on your business?
Well, it's about 50-50. Some clients would instantly leave a 5-star review on Google or Facebook. 90% of my clients come from different so-called credit companies that claim they can sweep away their credit in 7 days or 14 days. Most of the people that want a phone call after they sign up, I already know that they have been through a bad situation. So I'm already getting on a personal level with these customers. So after that phone call, they're like, wow, this is a real honest guy in the credit repair industry. But then again, those other reviews are from customers where, I will just keep them updated every month. They may email me, I may email them. And you know who your good customers are because they get more of a personal connection with you. You have more of a personal phone call versus a business to business phone call, right? They would be like, man, I wish I had people that I knew that need credit repair because I want to refer you to everyone I know. And then I stopped them right there. Like, hey, even if you don't have anybody you can refer, your review is going to refer people that's looking online. And that doesn't cost you anything.
That's fantastic. You have a lot of partnerships with different affiliate programs for credit building products, whether it be like secured cards, rent reporting, or a variety of other services. Which ones of those services drive the best results for your customers?
The credit builder card by far. Your average consumer out there already have a bad taste for credit cards, and that can potentially be holding them back, or maybe their credit card utilization is high and the secured card can somewhat lower it a little bit. So that is a great product to market to people that have high utilization, and it's easy to get a secure card because it's almost an automatic approval. So yeah, that's definitely going to be the top seller as far as affiliated products for sure.
Chris, can you share one of your most impactful success stories of a client whose life was changed through your service?
The most recent one was I had a customer, $50,000 in credit card debt, and they had about $130,000 in positive equity in their home. And unfortunately, they're like, look, the home is costing a lot to maintain. Like, well, man, you got over 6 figures in equity. Just refinance your house, do a cash out refinance. And he tried to do that and he got denied. So he signed up with the service. Of course, I couldn't do anything with the credit card utilization, but I did increase his credit scores a little bit from a few things falling off of his credit. He ended up selling his home, was able to cash out, and then he took the money, paid off the credit cards, and 8 months later he called me back, signed up with the service. I think we got like 2 things removed again, and he was able to buy a new house and still had extra money in his pockets. So that's one story. Again, it pays to have good credit because of his credit cards.
What's one piece of advice you'd give to someone who wants to start a credit repair business?
Don't be scared that you can't find people that may trust you or need your service. There's consumers out there for every CRO that's in the business. Communicate with your friends, communicate with your family, because the work is out there, even your neighbors, you never know.
Okay, I want to switch gears right now, and I'm going to ask you some rapid questions. Answer with the first thing that pops into your head, okay? What's your business superpower?
Helping people improve their credit scores and finances.
What does business ownership mean to you?
Freedom.
What drives and motivates you?
Helping people.
What's your definition of success?
Hard work.
If you could go back in time and tell yourself one piece of advice, what would it be?
Don't quit. Do what works.
And do you have any other advice for someone just starting out with a credit repair business?
Build a plan before you just jump into any business industry, not just credit repair, but anything that you want to start. Make sure you have all of your ducks in a row and a plan on how you're going to attract customers. Plan things out right, and then things will grow from there.
Awesome advice. What's next for you? What's the next big goal?
I want to be more a priority source for all of my local real estate companies and loan officer companies and or mortgage companies and things like that. So some of these realtors or loan officers don't have my card or don't have the flyers and things like that. They may slip up and not refer the customer and things. But when they're applying or pre-qualifying, there's a page that pops up that's like, hey, if you can't get approved for financing, Stirgus Credit Repair is your source to improve your credit scores.
That's a good goal. I like that one. And how can people find your products and reach out to you?
Well, the easiest way is the website. That's where I want to say 99% of the clients go to. At the bottom of Stirgus Credit Repair, you're going to see Credit Repair Mentorship. I teach you 101 all the TSR compliance rules, all the CROA rules and laws and things like that, how to register your business, how to grow your business. So that's a lot of stuff that I have on the website. So StirgusCreditRepair.com is going to be your best friend with that.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time today, Christopher. This was a lot of fun. For everybody out there, if you're finding value in the things we share on this podcast, click below to subscribe and follow. Let's get to 100,000 subscribers. Also, give us a 5-star review or share the show and help us to change more lives. If you have a question or a comment, drop it down below because I read each and every one of them. I would love to hear from you, and I'll respond as soon as I can. And if you want to learn how Credit Repair Cloud can help you to stay compliant while getting clients, check out my tips here. And if you'd like to start your very own credit repair business or learn how to earn extra income repairing credit for others, check out my brand new Start Repairing Credit Challenge. So sign up right now at startrepairingcredit.com and keep changing lives.